today's project. Get the rest of the stuff out of the van if we can. Need to get this open slate here so we can start working on building it out. So we got to find places to put things. I have an idea where I'm going to put the desk. I know where I'm going to put my mattress. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put that white cabinet or the chair yet, but we'll find places for them. This stuff's got to come out though. I want this all cleaned out today. All right, are we ready for this? Time to open the van up here and show you the clean slate I've got to work with now. There it is. It's empty. And you just got to sweep the floor up and pick up a couple of little things, get those seat belts tucked out of the way here, and we'll have achieved our goal for today. So okay, now that we've got the van emptied out here, we got basically a clean slate to work on here. Next task is to start getting the build done. So first goal is we're going to have to take the flooring off. Get all that taken off. We're going to get all side panels removed, all the plastic trim, get the rest of these seat belts taken out. Obviously got to take my string down for the curtains, drop the headliner into the whole thing here. It's going to be a different experience here. We can get down to the bare metal and we're going to find all the rust problems, that sort of stuff, and we're going to start cleaning all that up. Won't that be fun? So we got to get out all the rust and everything else in here and see what other surprises are in store for us. So that's going to be quite the project. But we're going to talk about what the design plans and things like that I'm thinking of for the van, for Wolf Van Jack here. So I only spent $1,000 on the van. I really want to stick to the theme of keeping the price down. I don't really have a lot of money anyway, so to do the build out the way I want to do it, it's really going to have to be inexpensive. So I'm planning on getting a lot of like reclaimed materials, free stuff, that sort of stuff. So of course, if anybody out there, any of my viewers, has any materials that you think might be useful for getting this van built out, let me know. We'll work with what we have. We'll buy new when we have to, but I'm going to try to get a lot of reclaimed materials. Try to build it out that way. So, I know there's a lot of rust in here. I know the back leaks too. That's something else we're going to have to deal with. I got to figure out that leak. But I figure I'd take a few minutes to show you what I'm planning for the build on the van too, before we get started too. So, one thing I'm planning on doing is I'm actually going to have a cabinet in the back here. It's going to come over here and down. It's going to be a little bit extra counter space up behind the windows. Inside that cabinet, though, it will be accessible from the outside. We'll keep the propane tank over there. The battery system I'm thinking about, I'm not totally sure on. The 2 water tanks will definitely be back here. The heating system is going to be back here. Somebody actually gave me a propane furnace out of a pop-up camper, so thanks, Bob, for that. Very much appreciated. Hopefully we'll get that up and running. I'm planning on installing that in the back here. Make a couple design changes to it so I can put some ducting on it because it's designed to be direct vented into the camper. But I want it back here instead and have it come out, the vent come out at an angle over here into the living space here. So one of the things I just wanted to do is put the batteries right over the propane heater so the heat from the heater will actually warm the batteries. But I'm a little concerned there because it's a propane-fired heater. We're going to have the propane tank. We're going to have the batteries and a whole electrical system, fuses and everything else. Things that can cause sparks along with all the things that have propane-fired. And I'm not sure if we get a small leak in the propane system there, that's such a good thing. Propane tank itself is going to be in a vented box, so I have a hole through the floor. Any propane that does leak will vent out under the van. Hopefully it will never be an issue, but it's nice to have it just in case, but it will be in a sealed box over there. Like I said, it'll have 2 7-gallon water tanks, which will give me 14 gallons of water altogether for storage. I'll have a small pump. The bed's going to be over here where I'm sitting. right over the wheel well and everything. If I decide not to put the batteries in the back there, I might move the bed up a little bit closer to the door and put the battery system up towards the front someplace. Over here is going to be the kind of the kitchen multimedia area. The fridge is going to be down near the door like it has been. I actually have a 27-inch TV/computer monitor that I'm actually going to put in here too once I get enough battery power to power it. Somebody also gave me a stove/oven out of an RV. So Lou, if you're watching this, thank you for that. It might be a little too big for the van build though, for the small van. I'm not sure yet. But it would be awesome to have it if I can make it work though. It's got 3 burners, it's got the oven. If I can make it fit, I'd like to put it right over here, right behind the propane tank, so minimize the run of propane lines through the van. Smaller I make all that stuff, the less problems it could be. But I don't know if having it right in front of the bed is going to work out well. I gotta make sure I get enough room to open the oven door on it and stuff. But if I can make that work, oh, that would be awesome. Way overkill for what I need, but it would be nice, especially in those colder winter travel days there, if I can bake stuff in the oven and heat the van up at the same time. I do plan on putting a roof vent in. I'm actually thinking of getting a small low-profile one that's going to go up here. That's one of the few items I'm planning on buying new because I know specifically what I want right there. So I don't really want to settle for something else there. So I know exactly what I want for the roof vent. I have my bed here. The bed's going to be designed so I can lift up the mattress and have underbed storage that way rather than drawers, because drawers take up more space because you got to have all the draw mechanisms and everything else. So I don't plan on any actual drawers in this the ultimate build here because I just want to maximize storage capacity. So I'll have cabinetry over here, the lift up bed frame over there. Let's move the camera around so you show you the other side. So onto this side of the van. This will be the main way in and out here, obviously. I'm going to have the cabinet just like I had before with the desk set up there. It's going to go up here. I'm actually thinking, I haven't totally decided on this design yet, but I do want the fridge to be accessible from the outside like it was with the desk setup. But that big open space I have to keep over the desk is just a waste of space. I can't really store anything there because I need the room to open the fridge up. So I'm thinking of actually putting it into a sliding mechanism. So I can actually pull it out from under the cabinet here into the doorway. I have access to the contents of the fridge and then slide it back up. That way there I have all that storage space over it that I can utilize. The other option is, if I don't want to do the whole big sliding mechanism, is to mount it up on the top of the cabinet instead so I have storage underneath. So I haven't quite decided how I'm going to go about doing that just yet. So I'm going to have some cabinets over here, probably one that goes all the way up to the ceiling. It's for extra storage capacity. I'll have my toilet system there will slide out here into the walkway here. So I can slide that out when I need to use it and slide it back in again. Again, it maximizes storage capacity because I'll have cabinetry all around it that I can store things in. So I'll save some space that way. If I don't put the batteries in the back, they'll be up here inside the cabinets as well, which will also open up some additional storage space towards the back instead. So I might put a tool cabinet in the back of it here instead. Now I'm planning on actually putting up a wall here. So I'm going to wall it's going to come up one side here, one side there, and a swing out door in the middle that I can open up here. It'll be opened up when I'm driving so I can use the rear view mirror, see out the back, because I'm keeping the windows open. But when I'm actually at a campsite, I can close the door up and have some privacy in the front, and also better insulation here because there's no way I can insulate the front of the van. It's just not possible. Just too much stuff up there. So I'm not even going to try. I'd rather just wall it off. This back area here, at least I can insulate because I could build up a wall here with insulation and everything else when I take the plastic panels out. And things like that. I'm going to insulate the floor, insulate the ceiling. The whole thing's going to be pretty well insulated in here so I can do a lot more cold weather travel in here. I want to be able to use this in the middle of winter and not have to freeze. I know my couple of adventures I've gone on so far where the temperature dropped down into the low 20s. It was pretty cold in here, even with the portable buddy heating the space up. Not the portable buddy did that great a job. It heated the area up over here, but that side of the van stayed cold. So it wasn't the perfect solution. I think the fan-fed propane heat is going to work a lot better once I get that up and running. But it's going to take some time to get that all set up the way I want, and I need more battery power because that thing draws 3 amps when it's running. And it's probably going to run a bit in the colder weather. So the better I insulate the space, the better it's going to work, of course. So I'll have covers that will go up over the windows there for the winter time there. They'll have reflectix and insulation on them and that sort of stuff. For the summertime, I'll have privacy curtains I can close when I need it. Got this window and this window both open, plus the roof vent towards the back, so I'll be able to create an airflow in the warmer weather. So I think it's going to work out pretty nicely. So if anybody has any comments or suggestions, let me know. I'd love to hear them. Other ideas, but I think I've got the build out pretty well. The only thing I haven't yet figured out too is I need a desk type setup that I can work at. So when I'm sitting at the bed and I've got the counter in front of me, the bed and the counter aren't much of a difference in height, and I'm reaching over. It's not really good there. It's fine for cooking and stuff, but when I actually want to pull out a dish and eat food or work on my computer, it's kind of a nuisance. So we're gonna have to come up with some solution for that too, but we'll get there. It's still a work in progress, so there's still some design elements that need to be worked out as I'm doing it. But it's going to take me a while to build it all out. The first step, again, is to get all the interior removed and get at the rust and start working on that. I have one major rust issue up in the front of the van, right at the driver position here. The floor's all rotted out, so I'm actually going to have to remove all that rust up there and pop rivet in. Actually, I'm going to paint it over with some POR 15, that sort of stuff, and then pop rivet some new sheet metal into that spot over there with some construction adhesive to keep it from leaking and stuff like that, and put a whole new floor down in the front. So I got to take care of that. That's one of the things I got to take care of this winter. It'd be really nice if I had a heated space to work in, but I don't. So that's the plan here. I figured I'd catch everybody up so you see what I'm going to be working on here. We'll be doing a whole series of videos as I go along here to set up this whole space for everybody to see what I'm doing as I progress on it. And I'm not planning on turning this into a how-to channel. I don't know what I'm doing, so don't listen to me. So I'm not going to try to explain how to best do this stuff. There's lots of other YouTube channels out there that are good for doing that. I just want to show you what I'm working on. In fact, I hope that people will tell me what I'm doing wrong as I'm doing it so I can make some corrections. Anyway, I guess that's where we're going to stop today's video. So thanks for watching. I know this hasn't been one of my exciting adventures, but I needed to get this space cleaned out because I was tired of dealing with all the stuff inside of here. Now I got to go find places in the house to store it all for the winter. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon. Remember, slow down and enjoy life, because life is just not worth rushing through. We'll talk to you guys later.